growing up, my dad brought me on a trap line, and there was a stick in a cottonwood. He says, "What's wrong with this stick?" And I said, "I don't know, it's broken." He said, "No, it's going right through." This was from the War of the Eye from a long time ago. And we had battles before we had contact with white people. Then my Uppa said, "Remember Machtuli, remember Mud Creek." And these are stories from our past that are really important to ground us in where we come from. This story I'm going to share with you now is called The War of the Eye. I call it Ocular Conflict. This is how the warfare began near a village by Chivak. It means the place where the eye got poked out. I cannot remember its name in Yuchtun, I'm sorry. But here goes. Agatamani, or long time ago. I'm here to tell a story about the Eskimo. No, we are the Yupik, so now you know. Sharing our story by rhythm and flow about the war with bows and arrows, and Abanochbach and other heroes who fought their foes, leaving a feast for crows, and patterns telling stories sewn into our clothes. Before then we ought to suppose that we lived in peace as far as that goes, till a skirmish broke out near the coast. So on a winter's day, two boys played a game, throwing darts at a model of game. One boy was near where the other took aim. The bolt tip hit his eye and now he is lame. It wasn't the intent of the boy to make, for he was regretful and full of shame. But the other boy's dad wanted to blame the dart throwing boy forever unnamed. Saljayah was when his eye was poked out. All this happened in a community house, half underground tunnel, in and out. People in burrow benches all around. Yukon people were all about. Coastal people were there too, without a doubt. But back to the boy who lost the eye. His dad rose up and stood upright. He was angry and he wanted to fight and he wanted revenge, for that was right. The other boy's dad saw the man's plight and offered that man half his son's sight. But in a subdued rage, that man approached, grabbed the boy's head with two thumbs couched, forced them in until they popped. The boy exclaimed as he screamed in pain. That man blinded me, I'll never see again. A one-eyed boy was what he expected, so with a blind fury, the other man he attacked it. Knives came out, soon it was a slaughter. No man alive, only mothers and daughters. This man killed that man and many others. Hate and fear were born amongst the survivors. So hate and fear grew like a cancer. The war of the eye spread way faster than logic and compassion for each other. Revenge was the motive over and over. Stay tuned because this story ain't over. You see, at this time, there was a family traveling, maybe to that very same gathering. They camped nearby. They saw a strange cloud hovering. The man wanted to see what the clouds covered, so he set out that day to see the story unfolded. The woman stayed put with the baby she was holding. Day turned to night, far from morning, peeking outside to see what the dark was hiding. Looking real hard, but she still couldn't find him. In a deep black sky, the stars were still shining. Yet off in the distance, a low cloud was still hovering. And from that direction, something was coming. Low and stupid, the something was crawling. Leaking blood, the crawling thing was dying. Died man began hollering and calling her name. As soon as he was close, when she got to him, there she froze. Her husband was bloody from head to toe. They are all dead. child was born from the blood of those who died in that husband from deadly blows. He died in her arms, no letting go. Revenge must be had for all enemies and foes. For 2,000 years, that's how it goes. It happened this way till the fuss-up did show. No time for war, disease was out of control. The elders who survived took on their new role to save our culture from being buried in a holy grave under a church, beaten down while holy men watched, taking our language and our names too much. We take back our stories, our dance and our tongue. Y'all can't believe the harshness we're from, or how well our stomach would cover a drum. We are genius survivors, my young ones. Remember our future and where we come from. Our elders and ancestors lived through it all. Remember the time that we call Amuim Nahlini, the time of war